Hi guys, in my today's video I'd like to talk about Instacart and tell you everything what I know about Instacart. And I was trying to stream 5 minutes ago, but there was some technical issues, and with all honesty, sometimes for drivers like me, because we don't really have too much time and it's easier to do it in lifetimes and just like make those like YouTube videos. So okay, let's talk about Instacart. Referral code, that is my referral code. Okay, talking about Instacart, I'll be honest with you. For the longest time, I didn't want to start with Instacart. Why I didn't want to start with Instacart? Because during the COVID, during the pandemic, I was driving just on Uber Eats and just on DoorDash, and that was more than enough. Right now, the market is changing. At least like Austin market, it changes tremendously. So if you're trying to be a full-time driver, you need, first of all, to multi-app, and sometimes even if you don't like to shop for people, or even if you don't like to drive people, that is something to consider. And of course, I don't like to drive people on Uber and Lyft. That is just personal preferences. I love to drive people on Hitch, but Uber, Lyft, no. So for me, on top of Uber and Uber Eats and DoorDash, I decided to add two platforms. It's Shipt and Instacart. I can talk more about Shipt in one of my other streams. Long story short, I don't really like Shipt. Why I don't like Shipt? Because you really have to predict a lot of things. With Instacart, it's more close to Uber Eats and DoorDash when you actually go and shop for people, because sometimes you do shop, pay and deliver orders on DoorDash and Uber Eats as well. So okay, on Instacart, you know what you're getting yourself into. You can work on your own schedule, the same as DoorDash and Uber Eats. And with Instacart, you need to have your preferred stores. In my case, let's say it's Costco, where you just go and shop for people. The same old things, the same as on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You just choose orders which work better for you. But talking about Instacart, they do have a referral code and referral program. So I referred my mom, and I decided to see how long it actually will take her to register with Instacart, and what she actually needed to get started, what she needed to be registered with Instacart in Austin market. So technically, the only piece of paper, or the only document I submitted for her making a photocopy, it was her driver's license. Of course, she has a social security number, of course she has a bank account, but those things the app asked to submit, but we didn't have to submit photocopies. So driver's license was the only thing which I actually made a photocopy. So driver's license, social security, and bank account. Bank account, you also need to know the routing number and actual account number to submit in the app. Also, that was interesting. So the app asked for that she has a car, but I mean, if you're a driver, you obviously have a car, and also the insurance. But in the app, I didn't submit it, neither insurance, neither model, make, or car. I just submitted, yes, we do have a car, yes, we do have an insurance. Of course, Instacart will run background checks on you. It's kind of standard, it's kind of normal, all apps do, no different. The whole registration process took us not more than 30 minutes from the beginning to an end. Right now, I think that her background checks are kind of being checked. Of course, she won't have any issues with her background checks. And also we're waiting for this, whenever she's approved, her Instacart card is shipped to our address that she can start to pay, because of course you're not using your personal cards. Whenever you're doing the delivery or whenever you're shopping for people, you're using Instacart card, and you pay with Instacart card, which is kind of standard. If you've ever done Uber Eats or DoorDash, it's no different. So yes, Instacart is one of those platforms to have. But again, my dear multi-appers, if you're like me, and let's be honest, sometimes I drive instead of my husband, not a big deal on DoorDash, nobody cares. Male, female, who cares? So I just do instead of him, and with all honesty, not always he's even in the car when I'm doing deliveries on his phone. DoorDash doesn't care. With Instacart, and be careful about that, Instacart, as well as Uber Eats and Uber, can ask a person who is signed up, whose account it is. Let's say if that is my mom, Instacart can ask my mom at any point of delivery, or at any point of shopping, or at any point whenever the person is online with Instacart, actually to make a selfie. And what I mean by this, it's not just a selfie like, you can just open a phone and make a selfie. No, you need to look straight in the camera. Then the app will ask you turn left, turn right, and make a selfie. And then they will process it. I mean, like if you've driven on Uber, you know how it works. So then the app will process it and like confirmed. So with that being said, remember, Instacart is not DoorDash. It's not DoorDash. You need to be the actual person in order to do it. So selfie is a big deal for multi-appers, I'm sure. But in general, it's just one of the platforms to have and apply all the principles you're using to maximize your earnings from DoorDash and Uber Eats. And yeah, referral code and try it, have it. And again, like let's say for me personally, I don't do more than 1 or 2 batches per day on Instacart when all my other apps are slow, because I still think that potentially at certain times of a day you can make more on Uber Eats and DoorDash versus, let's say, shipped on Instacart, but that is just personal preferences. And everything what I'm saying from the perspective of a person who doesn't like shopping. If you're different and you love shopping, Instacart, that is something to have, that is something to consider. But like all other apps, you can make money if you know what you're doing. If you're trying to be a gig worker and maximize your earnings, that is just like one of other platforms to have. No different than anything else. And happy dashing, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll try to go live more often just because like that is easier and I don't need to filter anything. I'm just like telling everything what I'm thinking. Yeah, happy dashing, guys.